Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's classic is a rather nice example of a Hillman Super Minx from 1965. Now the car itself has come out of a private car collection with various cars from the era, and this one has been regularly maintained, clearly has seen a decent expenditure on it over the years to keep it in this condition. And I'm told from the previous owner that it was actually resprayed in recent years, and actually when you see from my close-up walk around video, you'll see it does present extremely nicely indeed. Now this is just under a 1600cc aluminium block engine, quite cutting edge at the time, powerful, and being a Super Minx, it's a good sized car. It keeps up with modern traffic. You can cruise down the motorway at sort of 60 miles an hour with your arm out the window on a sunny day feeling great. Not that you'd probably want to be going on the motorway when you've got all the good A and B roads. Now the car is like an old English white, which is a creamy white. I'm not sure if that is exact shade, but it's got a very nice contrasting sort of bottle green roof, and the stripe at the back which goes around this rear wing is done in green, which is quite tasteful. Usually it was chrome, I feel sure it was chrome. Talking of chrome, the chrome is in an acceptable order, albeit slightly pitted from having been, let's see, 55 years old. Unbelievable that cars like this are 55 years old. I know for some of the older viewers, they'll know what I mean. It looks to have retained its original wheel embellishers, and hubcaps all look to be in excellent order. Now that one looks a bit different to that one, so I may have slightly overstated things, and I'm not sure which one is supposed to be the original. So we need the sharp-eyed Roots fans to tell me which ones are correct. It's very clean under the engine bay, which I will show you in a second. That's all been repainted in there. And the front bumper, to be fair, is in better condition than the rear bumper. This one's near perfect, whereas the old one does show its age with some pitting. Very good overriders and very nice condition chrome, and it's nice that this one's got a period AA badge, which always looks nice on an old car. Oh, and this has got matching wheel trims on the back, so I've got one odd wheel embellisher. I'm glad we noticed that together. It looks really straight and solid, and at this point I'm going to get a bit closer to the bodywork so we can discuss that one together and have a good look. Now when I say discuss it together, it would be me doing the talking and hopefully you doing the agreeing. So I'm starting with the back end of the car, and this is in real nice order, so I can't see any signs of corrosion, blemishes or scratches on this boot. The back panel is really nice, as is the undercarriage here. Nice condition. By getting really closely, I can see a small drip mark there, but I am getting in very closely. I can see this rear wing is in good order, as is the chrome. The wheel arches look good. The seals themselves look to be very solid all the way through, as does this near side rear door, near side front door. Nice that it's got its correct Super Minx badge. The paintwork still presents really nicely. It is shiny and it does look really good, and this car would not look out of place if it were driven from Bradley James Classics yard here straight to a car show. I'm getting fussy, but if I get up really close I can see a drip mark, but I am being fussy. This wing, as is the near side wing, in very good order, as is the bonnet. If I get in really closely here, I can see a little crack through the front, and my guess would be that possibly it may have had a little filler in there at some stage of its life. It's very rare to see cars of this age that haven't had a bit, and I think that's what's caused that crack. This front panel is in real nice order, as is this seal, as are the two offside doors. That's the driver's door passenger's rear door and this rear wing. And let's just have a look at the roof. I've got a little bit of dust on here, but that's very nice. If I were being very fussy, I'm looking at the rear rubber seals, and if I was being fussy, it would be nice when this car was repainted they could have been replaced, but I don't know the availability of them. It certainly doesn't leak, whereas the other seals look pretty decent, to be fair. Front windscreen, yeah, it's perfectly serviceable. In fact, I'd say the front windscreen and the inset chrome looks very good. So I'm going to step back and give you the opportunity to have a quick look around this Super Minx from all angles. And as I say, in this colour scheme, it looks period correct with a darker coloured roof, because occasionally you'd have a stripe down the side, you might have a two-tone, and that's the sort of thing 60s cars had. I'm going to show you the interior and a little bit of detail in a minute, but for now, I'm going to pull the bonnet cable. Oh, one hand, and hopefully this is going to prove an easier one to open, because some of them are a devil to open on your own, but let's see if this one's a bit easier. Yep, not too bad. Okay, so you've got spring that keep these up. Now I think that looks really nice. This engine bay has clearly been painted at the same time as the rest of the car, so it does look rather nice. All the inner wings are painted, as is the slam panel been painted. I can see the old colour code and engine numbers here. It's a very big battery, so that's probably why it starts so well. That's a nice compact engine sat inside what is quite a large easy to get to area. There's our steering box and brake and clutch master cylinders there, and I've got a, there we go. So the service was done on the 15th of April 2021. What a good way of knowing when you got your service due. You've got the glass bowl manual fuel pump there, which is easy to work with, and we've got a pancake filter, and I've got to say it sounds quite nice and it goes well, so it probably gives you maybe a tiny bit of a performance upgrade. It's running its original style of dynamo down there, and we can see the correct Zenith carburetor. So looks very attractive underneath the engine. Certainly looks the part. And again, I'm talking about car shows again. If you turned up and you had your bonnet open, it would not look out of place. So very pretty underneath the engine bay. Now when you open the bonnets on these, you've got to make sure you push the button back in, and then the bonnet shuts nice and easy. Now certainly one of the best aspects of this car, in my opinion, is how nice and original the seats and the interior is. So we've got door cards all in good order. The windows are all working nicely. These seats, I think, are remarkable condition, so this is a real survivor. I mean, they are remarkable order considering the age of the car, and they're in a dark bottle green and black carpets throughout, all in good order. The driver's seat is in especially good condition, considering the fact that this car is 55 years old, and that's the passenger seat and driver seat in equally good order, as are the door cards and all the chrome. Easy for me to just step inside and show you the dashboard. It's bringing back memories for a lot of you. Now, of course, it was the luxury end of the market, the Super Minx, so we had this sort of wooden bottom half of the dash. Now that has cracked, and that is showing its age, but it's not unsightly. I think it just makes it look like an old car. A decent sized glove box, as you can see into there, and clear simple switches. That's where they had the old cigarette ashtray there. No rodeo fitted, no speaker holes, no aerial. It's original steering wheel with its horn on the outside, and gauges all working correctly. And a bit of chipping here. You've actually got a bit of the varnish has completely come away there. So again, if you were looking to use this one on the show circuit, you'd probably invest a bit of time, and you'd probably look to revarnish the bottom half of that dashboard if you were being fussy. Carpets are really good, all black. There's your 4-speed gearbox and your useful shelf with a rubber mat underneath. Starting procedure, you have got a choke. It does lock off if you turn it that way. That's the ignition on. Let's give it a pump. And as per any time I ever do a demo, isn't that absolutely marvellous? So I just drove this car here, so I think what it'd probably do is by the time you get to have this car, we'd get it in the condition that you could actually drive it away. But yeah, be rest assured that prior to me just driving it, it had been perfectly okay and on the button, so I won't flood it. I'm just going to leave it be for a moment. Oh well, you can't have all the demos go well. So a final look around the 1965 Super Minx. It's got 81,000 miles on the clock. It does come with decades worth of old MOTs. There isn't extensive paperwork, but of course it does have its logbook and lots of old MOTs, which help to ratify the mileage, which I believe to be correct. It would certainly suit the condition. It is all painted underneath, all undersealed, and all looks to be completely rock solid. The last time it was MOT'd, which was April 2021, it passed with no advisories, which is a great badge of honour for an older car. So hopefully this walk around video gives you an idea of the condition of this Super Minx. Please get in touch through the usual channels to arrange a viewing, and hopefully by the time you come and view it, we'll actually have it starting by then. Thanks folks, Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out.